This was a hike and camp that I did up in the Catskills Mountains at the Slide Mountain Wilderness. I did a loop starting here in the Woodland Valley Road parking lot where the red pin is on the map, and I went counterclockwise where the first night I camped here on Giant Ledge at the primitive campsite. And then on the second day, I hiked actually across here, bypassing the main road to maintain elevation mostly. And then for a little short time, I had to hike on this main road where I came to the Wittenberg Cornell Slide Mountain parking lot. And I continued up this trail here and broke off to the right following the Phoenicia East Branch, I believe, path. I'm not sure what that's called there. And then at this green pin, I broke off on the Curtis Ormsby Trail to see these two viewpoints where these black stars are. Which this first one was pretty good viewpoint, and the second one was a lot of trees in the way. So this ended up taking a lot of time away. My original intention was to camp over here where this green pin was, but this extra time here ended up impacting my decision to camp there. Anyway, I came up here, linking up with the Wittenberg Cornell Trail up to Slide Mountain, and at this spring here, I didn't mention it in the video verbally, but this is where I refilled my water to get back to 4 gallons and 16 ounces. I did a little refill here, but I did a very main refill here. And by the way, when I got to here, I don't believe that I did see much water or spring at all. So I think this one was dry, so that turned out to be a very good decision. When I got to this blue pin, this is where I camped. It was about 5 o'clock at night, and I didn't think I was going to make it to the green pin, which was a smart decision. I think if I was to carry on, I would have gotten there at about 9 o'clock at night. I I do have a night light, so I could have hiked in the nighttime, but I was very tired. I would have been alright if I kept going, but it would have been really overkill. So this turned out to be a very good decision. Then I continued on for the third day, hiking over at Cornell Mountain, over Wittenberg. And unfortunately, though, because I made that decision to hike in between Slide Mountain and Cornell, I never got to see this viewpoint here and to see what Terrace Mountain looks like. I turned down here, and really all the way from about this point here at the junction, coming back down, it was pretty tame. I was running out of battery and memory on my phone, and so mostly pictures there, not much video, but not really a whole lot to report there anyway. And then I came back here to my parking spot. Overall, it was a really great trip. I really enjoyed it. I I did a lot of hiking up in Harriman State Park in New York, which is not as rigorous as the Catskills, but definitely helped prepare me for this. Had I gone the other direction, following the same loop clockwise, yeah, I believe it would have been a whole lot more difficult. So this was a good hike, good exercise, but not nearly as rigorous as it would have been to go the other direction. So I hope that you'll enjoy this video, and thank you for watching. I'm here at the Woodland Valley Trailhead parking lot where I just parked my car. It's 1:30 on Monday, and they charge $6 to park in the parking lot here, and I told the lady I'm here for 2 nights, so they charged me for $12. And I'm about to head out on the Phoenicia East Branch Trail, heading up to Panther Mountain, towards Panther Mountain, to hopefully set up a camp at the giant ledge. 1:41, and I'm just heading out now from the parking lot. We have these interesting staircases here to start out with. It's the first registration. Just up from the parking lot. Two people have, I see one person's doing the same loop as me. Up until now, it's been pretty decent hike, a little bit of incline, gradual, nothing too crazy, sometimes leveling out. Very nice. And then a decline that I just came from behind me there. But now it switches really steep. Looking at the map, it's going to be like maybe 600 feet, 700 feet straight up. Well, I wouldn't say straight up, but steep incline. It looks really steep on the map. This is how it looks here right now. Although I know it's hard to tell always by watching video. It's very different than when you're here. So this is going to go on for a little bit. So far it hasn't been as steep as I thought by looking at the map. It's actually pretty nice. It's steep, but there's some nice dirt to step on. It's not too hard on the feet, and you know, it's not as steep as I was expecting. It's kind of winding around. Okay, so looking at the map, I realize I was just crossing over to what appears to be like a really steep part. So this, I think, is the start of it. Looking up that way, it doesn't look too bad right there, similar to what I just went through. So I don't really know what to expect, if it's going to get much steeper than that. It looks on the map like it'll be
much steeper than that, but I might not really know how to read topographical maps properly. So we'll see how it is. It's kind of leveling out now. It wasn't that steep up to this point anyway. Basically what I last showed in the video is what I just came up. It's straight and steep, but not overly steep, pretty tame. So I've come up to the first spring on the map, on the route I'm taking up to, oh, I forgot the name. Anyway, this is the first spring, and I'm really happy that it's not dry. Someone told me online that the spring up by where I'm going is dry, and that was last week. Thought I heard somebody coming. But he did say that it's been raining up here. So this definitely makes me feel better. I bought a gallon of water with me, plus 16 ounces, which I've only drank 8 ounces of. And I was concerned if the other springs will be dry, so seeing this first one is not dry gives me a lot of hope for keeping my water bottles full, especially up until I get to camp tomorrow night. I always like to have about at least 2 liters, but 3 liters ideally. Yeah. Alright, so coming to the junction here where I'm going to make a right and head up to Giant Ledge, which will be my campsite. 3/4 of a mile. I don't think I'm going to go any higher than that. I want to kind of keep my, I don't want to put too much effort into my legs today, because tomorrow's going to be a real long hike. And tomorrow I'll come down and, let me see, make a right, and there it is, to Slide Mountain. 5.5 miles to the summit of Slide Mountain from here. Okay, but a lot of that's going uphill. So, alrighty. Alright, this looks like the final ascent of about 300 feet, I think, to what's it called? I forgot the name. Grand Ledge or something like that. And it looks like a lot of pretty vertical rock climbing here. So this is gonna give me a little taste of tomorrow's business. Beautiful, seem like the Canadian balsams, the standard Christmas trees here. Smells like them too. Basically, I've made it up the giant ledge, and I should be coming onto the first vista, and primitive campsite should be on the left, coming up any moment now. Really wasn't difficult hike. Took me, well, let's see, I left around, I think almost around 1 o'clock. It's about 5 now, so 4 hours. Moved slow. Took my time. It was really not that strenuous. Tomorrow's going to be much and more intense. Oh, I see probably a vista over there. Let me check the map. Okay, so this is the first vista, I think, right over here. On my right as I'm coming up upon it, on the giant ledge here, they call it. Oh, it's a nice little area over there. The campsite's supposed to be behind me a little bit, not far away. I don't know what it looks like yet. They say to only camp at the designated campsites. Oh wow, it's beautiful. Look at that. Oh, breathtaking. Wow. Oh my God, it's amazing. I mean, it must look beautiful on video, but as I'm looking at the camera, it's nothing compared to actually being here and seeing this. My Lord. Absolutely stunning. Wow. So, over there, I think is Wittenberg Mountain. A little slope. I came down from in that valley right straight ahead. Wow. I mean, it looks like I'm looking at a painting. And it's scary because it makes me forget that that there's actually depth and dimension in front of me. Wow. Absolutely beautiful. I'm at the primitive campsite now, and just looking for a place to set up. This is a little lookout at the campsite, but I really don't see any trees to set up my hammock. And I don't even know if I'd be allowed to, but I certainly would want to. Probably would if I saw some trees. I mean, the only trees I could really do it on is right over here at the entrance. I don't want to cut it off in case anybody else is here tonight or a ranger comes by. But the site is pretty cool. There's a lot of spots. I mean, and they got all these fire pits set up and places to sit. A really awesome one. Right when you come in, like they put stones in such a way that they made chairs out of them. There's a couple here. This is not the one I'm talking about, but get the idea. These are like little stone seats. I think that's the one I'm talking about over there, though. This is actually a nice little spot right near that vista. 2 trees right here. I like that. What does this thing say? Camp here. I think I will. Finally set up my hammock. Put the hammock up first. It's not supposed to rain tonight, so I don't think I'll need my tarp, but just in case I put it up. But because I put my hammock up first, I didn't realize the 2 trees I tied up my hammock to are not quite wide enough for my tarp, so I had to tie out the tarp all the way to that other tree. So if I need my tarp tonight, I guess I'll find out how that's gonna work out. I'd imagine it'll probably be okay, but there's no rain in the forecast. From last I checked, I don't have any signal up here. I got a it's a Darien Dream hammock and hammock gear Phoenix underquilt. I have a hammock gear Burrow top quilt, which I haven't taken out yet, and I also have a little down coat of some sort. I forget what it's called. The name will probably pop in my head. I use that more as a pillow, but if it gets cold, I'll put it on. It's the summertime now, so. I tie up my hammock with cinch buckles and Dutch clips. It's a Hennessy Hex tarp, 12 feet. My hammock's 11 feet. And I have a Dutch ridgeline for the tarp, and Cuban fiber snakeskin to hold it in. I like to use these Dutch clips here. I don't know, quilt clips. I forget what they're called. But very nice. It helps keep the underquilt real snug. When I lay in the hammock, you can adjust the hooks there. And I also I like to do this with the hooks for the underquilt and the hooks for the hammock itself. I put a little shock cord through there, through the 2 hooks, the 2 I don't know what you call them, hooks, I guess. And that helps also keep the underquilt snug on the hammock. I do it on the other side as well. I don't know if that's what they intended, but for me it really works out. keeps my underquilt nice and snug up on my body. And it's the summer months, so you know, I haven't really run into any issues with being cold. I've had it go down to about 40, 50 degrees. Since the spring, I've been camping, hammock camping. And I've felt very warm with the underquilts and with the underquilt and the top quilt. It's the campsite here, which I really like. It's awesome. It's a great little spot. And this little table here. I might do a little fire. There's some extra, someone left firewood here. I'll probably make a fire later. I'm gonna get cooking soon. Have a little meal. And I love that the lookout, it's really only a few feet away, which I'll probably go when it's sunset. Take a look out there. I'm out here on the ledge on the lookout right by the campsite and about to have some salami with cheddar cheese. Just a little snack. It's an amazing view. Absolutely stunning and beautiful. And it's about 30 feet away, 40 feet away from where I set up camp. It smells like Christmas trees. These are all a bunch of Christmas trees in here. And one of them I felt some sap coming out of. It smelled real nice, and when I start a fire I'll probably grab some of these old dead pine needles and branches, which will help light the fire up really fast, I'm sure. Which is very fortunate and lucky if you want to start a fire. Came over to the other side of the ledge my campsite's on. My campsite faces pretty much west. So this is the eastern side. It's really beautiful, it really is. very cute rabbit here. He's been here at camp for a while now. He doesn't seem very afraid of me. He's pretty friendly. Can't get too close to him, but he keeps circling around. And I realize now that I should have tied my hammock to the other tree. Fixed my tarp, but I really don't think it's going to rain. I'm not going to use my tarp. I'm going to... No, the trees are going to be a nice little cover, and I'm going to try and wake up early and get back on the trail. Hopefully it doesn't rain. If it does, I don't know. I'll see if hopefully the situation works out. For dinner I'm going to have chicken gumbo. Alpine air, apparently. What I do is I just light some esbit. Doesn't take much to light. And then I just boil some water. This one calls for 20 ounces, so we'll see if that'll be enough water. Oh, esbit, I might have to put another one in for this much water. I'll try and let it catch on, and then just put the water on and wait.